Read this line. Sarah dropped her phone because she was distracted and the device shattered. You effortlessly know that her and she both mean Sarah, and that the device is that same phone. A machine does not, unless we teach it. Coreference resolution is the task of finding every expression in a text that points to the same real-world thing and linking them together. Today we're breaking down how it works and why real understanding depends on it. Now, why is this such a big deal? Compare how a system reads a document with and without it. Process each sentence on its own, and you quickly lose track of who is who. When a later line says the company said it would hire, the machine has no idea which company or what it refers to. Every pronoun becomes a dead end, and the thread of the story snaps. Coreference fixes that by linking all the mentions of the same entity into one group. Now she, her, and Sarah collapse into a single person, and the device ties back to the phone. The system can finally follow one entity across many sentences instead of treating each mention as a stranger. And that is the difference between a machine that shuffles words around and one that actually understands what a document is about. So how does a system actually resolve a text? Walk through it step by step. First, it scans the whole text for mentions, the candidate spans that could refer to something. Names like Sarah, pronouns like she, in it, and definite noun phrases like the device all get picked up as things that might point to an entity. Then, for each mention, the system looks back at the earlier mentions it could plausibly refer to. A pronoun like she might match several people mentioned before it, so the model gathers all the reasonable antecedents as candidates to choose between. Next comes the hard part, using context and world knowledge to decide which link is right. And the trophy did not fit in the suitcase because it was too big. Resolving it correctly means knowing trophies and suitcases and what too big implies. Finally, it groups all the mentions of one entity into a single cluster. Every name, pronoun, and phrase that points to Sarah lands in her cluster, giving the system one coherent thread it can track through the entire document. Historically, this was done with handwritten features and rules, but modern systems learn it with neural models that score how likely two mentions are to match. Let's pin down the three things that make coreference resolution matter. It links pronouns and phrases to the same entity. She, it, the company, and a proper name can all point to one thing. And the system's job is to recognize that they belong together rather than treating each of them as a separate, unrelated item. Getting it right needs context and genuine world knowledge. Many pronoun cases can only be resolved by reasoning about how the world works, which is exactly why coreference stays one of the harder problems in language understanding. And the right antecedent can sit many sentences back, so the system has to hold a lot of the text in mind at once. And it lets a system track entities across a whole document. Without that thread, summarization, question answering, and information extraction all fall apart, because the machine keeps losing who and what the text is even about. Any tool that claims to truly read a document, rather than just skim keywords, has to solve this underneath. Okay, let's lock in the essentials. Coreference resolution finds every expression referring to the same real-world entity and links them into one group. Those referring expressions include pronouns, definite noun phrases, and names scattered across many sentences. Resolving pronouns often demands context and world knowledge, which is what makes the task genuinely hard. Done well, it lets a system track entities across a whole text, powering summarization and question answering. If untangling language like this fascinates you, Standarity.com is stacked with plain language explainers just like this one.